Welcome, guys, to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. I have a great message for you from the universal God. If you're new to me, I welcome you. I do ask you to hit that like and subscribe button. I teach you as a spiritual being because that's what you truly are. Most people teach you as a human. You come from the universal God, the creator, as a spirit first before you come through your parents. So you are a spiritual being. So I ask you to take that manly coat off, which is your outward flesh, and be your true self. That way you're open to the food of knowledge I'm about to give you from the universal God. All the subscribers and all the new subscribers, I really welcome you. I appreciate you. I got a dynamic message, and thank you. Today, guys, today's topic, Great Awakening 2020. The world changes when you change. Great Awakening 2020. The world changes when you change. Wow. You have that power. If you can, go ahead and read Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. Walk by the Spirit and not the desires of the flesh. Walk by the Spirit and not the desires of the flesh. If you're going to walk by Spirit, God, I hear a lot of people say they do it, but that means you do God's word and law. So if you say you doing the Spirit, that's God's word and law. So if you don't love your enemy, then you're not spirit, you're flesh. And a desire also is bad. So when they say flesh desires, it's good and bad. So I was always taught this: when you point the finger, there's three pointing back. So a lot of these people that's teaching these things, they don't do it. So most people are pointing the finger and blaming everything on everybody but themselves. And here's a debate words you can always give people of whatever religion. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7. As a man thinketh in the heart, so is he. Everything now is your situation because of you. I'm going to give you, God tests us, and it's a test still going on now, and most people can't pass it. They are blaming Donald Trump for everything. That's why you're in the situation you're in, because it's you. You drive your car because of you. You have your job because of you. You see racism because of yourself. So you get two people debating racism, but Proverbs 23, verse 7, they're both right. I showed a clip of the child trafficking. So a person was like, how do people... Because a lot of people are not of God. They're of Satan. That's why they do it. If you're not of God, you do. So when you start to get yourself out that fleshly man and walk by spirit, you see things more clear. Most people will listen to my word, leave the word and go right back to their flesh. They turn right back onto the news. So, so they're going to have a lot of things. Everything changes when you change. I don't know how much to say it more clear. I used to not trust the white man. But when I started realizing it was every ethnicity, my life changed. So now I don't see as many bad people around me. So in other words, you can't control how others think. Why do people get murdered or killed? We don't know their thoughts. You don't know what's in their heart. A person could be smiling outside, but miserable inside. And another thing that's misquoted, people think it's speak. No, it's your thoughts. Before you speak, you thought it. Everything starts within yourself, your mind. That's you. Before you spoke it, you thought it. So sometimes you don't have to speak it. It's your thinking, and God gives it to you. God, your creator, your father. So in other words, Psalms 82:6, let me remind you, you are a God. He made you a creator. You can change. I don't care if you're 5 years old, if you're 50 years old, if you're 70, if you're 80. You can change your life right now by taking control of your life. Most people don't take control of their life. And then they'll hear some reverend or some leader talking about the government is against all black people. Notice I said that's not any of your books. Why do you follow people like that? The spirit, like I told you yesterday, is peace, love, happiness, joy. It's everything in the books. So in other words, you reap what you sow. So when a person does something, God already put a law there. It's called reap what you sow. Matthew 7:1 said, judge and not be judged. You guys, people make life so complicated, and I don't know why. I don't watch much television anymore. I might watch a sporting event, but the news, no. I showed a clip of the. So now they're finding. Now these FBI agents, they are starting to confess that it was all a lie. I had someone argue with me when they simply could have Googled, and it's right there. Because a lot of people of the world are lazy. They don't seek and ye shall find. That means you don't listen to news. That means you find the news yourself. And you find the truth. The news teaches you nothing for God. The universal God. Teach you everything different. You can change your life. Most people pointing the finger, but 3 looking back. So 3 is more than 1. That's why you keep getting what you get. Remember, I was doing my thing for over 25 years in the drug game. I gave it up. And some people that was in the church for over 30, 40 years still have not changed. And I overlapped them and went to a different level. I went to a different level because I did what the words of God did. They're not doing what the words of God say. Still judging. I gave myself to God, the universal God's proof. And then I open arms. God said you're supposed to have open arms when people give their self. So a lot of people say they love God, but you can't love God and not do the commandments or the word. And then you have to make the tough decision. Why do you keep hanging around those type people? Because then you don't grow along with them, and then you wonder why you're in your situation. Also, when you do things against the law of God, say like you hate, sometimes that's why you're sick also. You get other ailments behind it. I wake up every day and with peace. That's because I'm in my spirit. When you're in your spirit, every second with me is the future. I'm not even thinking about yesterday. That's the flesh. A lot of people will say things like this: I can't find a man or woman. That's why. Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh in the heart. So what you do, you imagine yourself with the person of whoever, man or woman. Think in your mind how you want them to be. And then you go on with you don't think about it anymore. God will give it to you. But also, that's flesh. If you're of spirit, because you say you're of spirit. Do people in spirit have sex? So yeah, I would live of your spirit. Don't worry about it. When you don't worry about things, and women know this, when you don't worry, look what you get. So when you chase, I said this before, like a few months ago, when you chase, nothing likes to be chased. At first it's flattering, but over time it's unattractive. So when you chase anything, it's not flattering. They run from you. That's why I'm gonna put a name out, Bob Joyce, and you make the determination. Is that Elvis? I didn't say it was, but look up Bob Joyce and look up Elvis. Because a celebrity can have it all and it's flat, but they really don't like, at first it is, but they would change places with you in a minute. So Bob Joyce, if it is him, he gave up his life to only preach about Jesus Christ. He doesn't want the fame, the glory, anything. He gave it all up. Now that's a conspiracy. I don't have DNA proof, but it's the same age, same height, same voice. But hey, judge for yourself. Bob Joyce, look it up. So why was I shown that? Is because I should be happy and content with what I got. A person can have it all and just give it up and just want to be a normal person like us. So yeah, man, life is great. It's what you make it. So man, be careful not living in your spirit. Every second you should be trying to live in your spirit. Getting your life back, man. Changing your thoughts. Everything is your thoughts. What your parents did to you, what your brother stole from you, what your mom did to you, what your cousin stole from you. Things happen for a reason. You can't fix the past, but you can fix the present. You must forgive. When you don't forgive, you're carrying someone with you. Also, I think I mentioned this too, but I'll mention it again. When you forgive, you don't need the person to forgive. You are a spiritual being. So if you say, I forgive John, in the magic words, and you say, already done and now, it's done through God. It's that simple. And then the person's off your back. And you release them. You don't talk about them or think about them anymore. That's how you forgive. It works. So I don't have any grudges or anything towards anyone. It's easier to attract things when you don't have other bad elements when you have other bad elements attached to you. So I'm just trying to teach, man. People, I still see African Americans saying a lot of the world is in slavery. Once again, Proverbs 23, what you think you attract. So you'll see a lot of people, instead of teaching people that you see in that condition, let them know they are God of the Most High. We don't teach. You share it on Facebook, and then someone see that they believe it. Look what you done taught your brothers and sisters. We don't think, man. The tongue is wicked if we don't use it in the right way. So if you saw people like that, why wouldn't you go to the person and teach them how not to be a slave? Like I did. Some people visited me like a few months ago, and I told them how I changed my life, and I started telling them Psalms 86, that they are God of the Most High, they are spiritual. And the guy was just like, his eyes just got big. It's like, no one ever told me this. We need to empower our brothers and sisters. The next level that we're going to, the fifth dimension, is not about being self-reliant on government. It's God wants you personally going to Him. He wants to give us our power back. And it already starts now. I'm already on the fifth dimension. Look how I talk every day. I talk to empower other people. I don't hate. I don't judge. And I do everything. I try to do things that's righteous. That means being on the right side of the brain, not the left side of the brain. So the way I see the world is a lot different. I see a nice, loving, peaceful world. Sure, things happen on the outside. I can't control other people's actions. Like because mainly I see that stuff only on the TV or videos. But around me right now, what do you see? So be careful of video and television. That's why I ask anybody, when was the last time you experienced racism yourself? So just because you see it on television, that's television. Television is a part of the matrix of Satan to pull you away from your godly self, which is the spiritual being. So if you turn that off, you get your power back. Learn the tricks of man. Man is very deceptive. Who is man learning from? Satan. And then Satan teaches man to teach you, to weaken you in your flesh. There is no one above. Someone said that. There's people above. There's no one above you except the universal God. Unless you give people power to be above you. Everything is Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh in it. So if you think a man's above you, that's why. If you think no one's above, then it happens. Don't worry about the how. It says it in the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. Before you came through your parents, you came through the universal God. Who is your father? The universal God, the creator, that allowed you he brought you in the world as a spirit first, then you went through your parents in the flesh. Guys, I'm going to end it right there. I really appreciate you for listening. Please teach people what I just taught you, and we take back this beautiful world. Thank you. Bye-bye.